Hi everybody, Nunu here, doing a video because I went to my garden. I'm leaving out of town for a while. So I had all these, I have all these green tomatoes in my garden, like a buttload, as you can see, okay? Plus I chopped up all of these. I'm making turshi, which is pickled Armenian Arabic style pickled vegetables. You can use anything for this. You can use cucumbers, you can use carrots, celery, green peppers, jalapenos, whatever you want. But I'm strictly just doing green tomatoes. So what I did, I cut them in quarters, and then I took the seeds out, okay? And then I got my jar, super easy. You're just gonna add a heaping teaspoon of curry. You do not have to do this if you don't want to, but a teaspoon of curry, about a big pinch of cloves, I don't know, 10 of them, peppercorn. You can use white or black. I used white, and a big heaping, fingers full. And then I took garlic and I chopped it up. I did it in like slivers, as you can see, and I put it in the jar. And then I also did dill, okay? So all of this stuff is optional. You don't have to do any of it. You can just put the juice in there, and I would do that, at least the cloves and the peppercorns, okay? But anyways, curry, dill, you can do parsley, peppercorn, black or white, garlic in slivers, however much you want. I usually put at least 2 cloves in there, depending on the size. And then you want your water and your white vinegar, okay? And I use 1 part of each. So a cup of water to a cup of vinegar plus a heaping teaspoon of salt, okay? So that's the ratio there. Same ratio for each, for the water and the vinegar, and then add a heaping teaspoon of salt per cup, okay? So, or per ratio. So 1 cup water, 1 cup vinegar, 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix well. I put it on the stove. I make just like a big pot like this, and I think there's 3 cups of water and 3 cups of vinegar, and then I did 3 heaping teaspoons of salt. Okay, my favorite salt is Celtic sea salt. It's the most purest. Okay, and they have all kinds: pink, gray, white, and then curry, of course. This is my favorite brand. Okay. So that's that. Now I'm got all my goods in here. I'm just going to stuff it with my goods. I did have a few fingerling eggplants that I am going to put in here. Okay, just so I don't go to waste with those. And all you do is just shove it in there. I usually like to layer it though. Put the garlic in between, but I kind of did it. I'm in a rush today, so I just threw everything at the bottom. But I usually put half the stuff at the bottom, put the stuff in, and then put the rest of the mixture in between. But it'll all mix in once you add the water, okay? So add this stuff in there. Make sure you get it in there real good. Just like that. All right? Cram it in there. It's fine. I have a lot, so I'm going to try to get as much as I can. And then make sure you stir this again. This has got your salt and your vinegar and your water. Pour it in to the top. Make sure you cover everything. Okay, that's that. I usually put my finger in there. You can take a stick and you can poke it just to kind of get the air bubbles out. Put your lid on it. Oh, and you can even put Aleppo pepper in here if you want it a little spicy, which I do. Throw jalapenos in there. That'll make it spicy too. And then I just kind of shake it so that everything kind of mixes in. See? And then what you want to do, so this stays on the shelf for, I like to do 2 weeks. You can get away with it in a week, but I like to do 2 weeks. And every 2 days or so, I flip it. Okay? Just like that. And I'll come back and I'll flip it again. And then that's it. You're done. You have your pickled, whatever it is, and it's so delicious. You can stick it in the refrigerator. You don't have to. You can stick it on a shelf. It's perfectly fine. Once I open it, though, I stick it in the refrigerator. So, because I like it cold and it's like just really crispy and cold and delicious. So that's it. That's your turshi, okay? And if you like a lot more flavor, put a little bit more curry on the top of it. You can definitely do that. It doesn't hurt. Okay, put a little bit on top, and then throw your Aleppo pepper or whatever you want. Put your lid on, let it sit for 2 weeks. That's it, you guys. That is your pickled whatever you want. But we did green tomatoes. So, love you guys. I just want you to know I was at the early polls today, and they were having problems scanning in the ballots again. And so when I was walking in, 2 ladies were talking, and they were kind of upset. They're like, yeah, the machines are not working. And they told us to just put our ballots in a box. They'll scan it later. Here we go, people. Starting again. All right? The bullshit is starting again. Videotape. Videotape whatever you can. There's no law. You got your First Amendment rights. You are allowed to do that. They cannot tell you you can't. I don't care even if a police officer comes up to you. You have that right. They can't take it away from you. Period. Okay? So, anyways, get out there and vote. You know who I want? The Trumpster. I certainly don't want Camel Toe and her tampon dealer. She's a communist. Go look at Candace Owens. She did a wonderful spread. Actually just went in deep with ancestry. She found birth certificates. She talked to some of Kamala Harris's family members, how she is just lying about everything. She is not even have an ounce of black in her. She's Jamaican. She's actually 50% Indian, and the rest is Scottish or Irish or something like that, and Jewish descent. Okay? She comes from the Brown, the Harris background, the last names, but it's such bullshit that what she's doing. She's just she's a liar. I know some of you guys aren't going to like to hear this, but do your research. Please don't vote for her just because she's the first black president. She's not even black. She's lying to you. And she is from a communist family. They had slaves. They had plantations in Jamaica. You can look it up. It's all there for you. Do it. She's just a big fat liar. And the Tim the Tampon Man, I'm sorry. I don't think it's right that we can abort babies. And if they're not aborted, you can still kill them after they've been born. It's crazy. And you can have tampons in men's bathrooms, and she's okay with transgenders in jails having complete sex changes. She has said it. It's out there in the internet. She can't deny it. And that our taxpayer money is going to pay for that. And then we don't have money from FEMA because Border Czar didn't stop the bullshit at the border. They $60 million something to illegals coming through, giving them everything that they want. And then now they have no money to help our own people. You don't even hear a peep anymore about North Carolina, do you? Not a single thing. Those people are still suffering to this day. And this is what our government has become. Okay? Period. I don't care what any of you say. Trump, when he was in office for those 4 years, was amazing. We could afford things. Gas was cheap. We did have alliances with all the other countries that can't stand us now because we have, ding dong in office. And she did nothing at the border for 4 years. And now she's taking all of Trump's ideas, all of Trump's things that he wants to change, and she's making it hers now. Come on, wake up, people. She's a liar. I love you all. Remember, at the end, don't live in fear. God is great. He is taking care of everything. And he knows. He knows what's going on. So, whether you're clueless, sheep, whatever, you figure it out. All I know is I am the herder. I know what I'm talking about because I do my research. I was a Democrat my entire life. And I realize what they're doing. Actually, the Democrat Party created slavery. Do your research on that one, all you people who think that, they're so wonderful. They're not. Anyways, gotta go before I start ranting off, and then that's it. We'll be in trouble. I love you all. God's great. Don't live in fear, and I will see you again with my next video. I love you no matter who you vote for.